Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for Thursday, October 26th. It's the spooky Halloween edition. That's why we have a third member of the team tonight.
That's right, the great bearded one.
Yeah, they call me Yukon Cornelius the one year I went as, and it was perfect. So,
Yukon. We'll just call you Yukon. Corey McCoy joining us in the studio. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter from the John Young Racing for First Responders Dave Kemmer studio. Lots of stuff to cover tonight. Big show. A lot of news, a lot of stuff happening. I mean, we didn't even know that the Fremont race was happening last Thursday at this time. So
pretty crazy week, Scott.
Yeah, a lot happened. We got a lot to go over, and we got a lot coming up on the show tonight. 2023 Xtreme Midget Series champion Jade Avedisian.
That's
I'm going to get it right.
Miss Jade.
Yes, 17-year-old, first female winner to win an open wheel midget national championship,
which was really pretty cool.
Yeah, and she's done a lot too in her young career. So we'll be talking to her in just a little bit. Fremont Speedway promoter, former Fremont Speedway promoter, and now once again current Fremont Speedway promoter, Rich Farmer, will be joining us a little bit later as well.
That should be fun too.
Yeah, former dirt trucker and sprint car driver, and
he still has cars too, right?
Yeah,
I have to ask him what he's.
Yeah,
I'm assuming
410,
right?
Maybe a couple of them actually.
Okay. Apple Podcasts. We were ranking again in Australia, thanks to our Australian listeners. Number 206. Not as good as we have. We're in the 200s this week,
it could be because we mentioned Alan Blake, and
he called during last week's show.
that could have sent a little spike.
Might have, yes. Oakshade Raceway, we're the fastest meet to race. OakshadeRaceway.com. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or TikTok. All those, any of those. They have the awards gathering coming up on November 18th. That's just a few weeks away, like 3 weeks or so, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just before Thanksgiving. It's a Saturday afternoon, 1 to 4 at the Fulton Building at the Fulton County Fairgrounds. More information on that at OakshadeRaceway.com. Also, I forgot to mention this, hashtag DCR to...
Oh, yeah, I see more window stickers.
Some more window stickers here?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's get rid of that for now. Had to find right. There we go. Yeah. Some more of these, and we have some more of the special edition ones coming.
Really?
Too, with the names.
Oh, those are pretty cool.
But tonight we're giving away just one of the regular Hammer Down Racing Report window stickers. Hashtag DCR in the comments of the Facebook Live, or if you're watching us on YouTube Live, that works too. Are you entering, Corey?
I am, yes.
Okay, I figured that's what you're doing. You only have to do it once. Just do it sometime before the end of the show. Yeah, there you are, right there. And you'll be entered in that drawing. So stick around for that. Speaking of DCR, they do graphics, full wraps, starting at just $350. At least that's what it was at the beginning of the season. I think prices might be going up next year, so right now might be the time to start working on those graphics. He can help you design them. He can print them out. Stickers, die casts, T-shirts, whatever. He does T-shirt designs, graphics for any kind of cars, sprint cars, late models, modified stock cars. And, of course, right now is the time to do, maybe you don't know what you want. He's doing gift certificates.
I wonder if he could take the graphics package that used to be on my X late model and transfer them to a Fremont truck.
You mean like he transferred it to this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you he could. If he could do it to a little car, he could probably do it to this.
That'd be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder if he could do a Lightning McSteve truck.
He probably could.
Well,
all you have to do...
That'd be pretty awesome, too.
All you have to do is give Dale a call, 419-308-9523. Check him out on Facebook at facebook.com/DCR Graphics. And, of course, you can always buy these window stickers as well. If you don't win one, you can get one for $5.
Dale says he thinks he could.
He thinks he could.
There used to be a Lightning McSteve or McQueen truck out there whenever I first started. Keith Sorg used to run one around. I hated getting beat by him because it's like a cartoon just past you and stuff. It's,
We'll get used to it. It's going to be back.
Wow. Also got to mention Kester's Haunted Woods. This is the last weekend for that. It's supposed to be pretty nice tomorrow. I think I'll be going out there. We skipped out last week. And
they were talking record-breaking heat tomorrow.
Wow. Stick around for the weekend weather pit stop with Ron Miller.
Is there going to be any races that we can predict for?
Yeah, Waynesfield.
Oh, yeah, that's
Tribute
right.
Speedway.
Yeah.
The go-kart race.
Okay, that too. We can do that too. Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dominator Race Products also helping sponsor us out tonight. While we wait on Jade here, we will move forward with our racing roundup. Some action from this past weekend and, as a matter of fact, this week.
Racing Roundup.
Eldora Speedway. It was the Dirt Track World Championship, or supposed to be, Thursday night. Last Thursday, things got postponed. The stocks and modified portion postponed to April 27th of next year. The Friday portion was pushed to Saturday afternoon, so everything ran Saturday. And, well, not everything, I should say, because there was a big crash that kind of halted the action on Saturday evening with
that was
the
a nasty one,
steel
too.
block late models. William Rose, we have video of it. You want to take a look at what happened here? This was a pretty spectacular
it really
late
was.
model crash, and this pretty much said, okay, we're done tonight. So here you go. Check this out.
They're coming almost down into the wall. Rose, final spot. Pocket is still second to Lancey, though, head of the white flag. Oh!
Scott, late models are not supposed to do that kind of stuff.
No? It kind of just looked like it was paper.
Where I come from,
I think something
gets
broke in the
bike,
right front.
James,
It was already
unfortunately,
hiked
goes for a
over,
wild
and
ride.
then the right
Most
front
important
broke and
part
took it the
of this
rest of
whole
the way.
equation.
I think people
All
are
the
saying there was a lot of
safety
ruts.
did
Yeah,
what it
there
did.
was
He
a
able to
nasty
climb
one
out of
right
that.
So, I mean, because of all the weather they had a lot of rain, so they kind of decided at that point track wasn't safe and pushed everything back to Sunday.
And that's why we didn't run Sunday. Was
that
because
why?
of all the rain, yep.
Okay, and that was a good reason. I would not have wanted that to happen, although there was some pretty crazy stuff that did happen Tuesday. We'll talk about that here in a second. Sunday afternoon, Brandon Shepard picked up the win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Dirt Track World Championship feature, and they had the first time for the championship with that new format with the 4 cars that
the
were
NASCAR
eligible.
style chase.
Yeah. Davenport and Thornton dropped out early. Those were 2 of the contenders, and then it was a battle between Hudson O'Neill and Moran, and
it came down to the
very last
corner.
And Shepard ran out of gas, so Hudson's closing it. Actually, my TV locked up right as Hudson caught the back of Shepard right before the finish line, so I did not get to see the actual finish. I was very upset.
Good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine didn't lock up.
I was like, what the heck? I was watching all this, and it stops right at that point. But, anyway, Hudson O'Neill, finishing second, picked up the championship there. So congratulations to him. Even though Ricky Thornton Jr. Dominated the season this year, I guess there's a lot of mixed reviews about, the
championship
format.
chase, yeah.
But you'll have that. What else do we have? Oh, Cody Overton picked up the win in the steel block late model feature. Devin Shields from around here was 7th, and BJ Gregory finished 16th in that feature event.
And I think there were, 45, 48 of the steel block cars there, so just making the show was tough. And honestly, I didn't know that Devin Shields had a steel block engine at his disposal.
That's what I was thinking, too. I saw that he was there. I was like, is he running with the Lucas
What?
Oil guys? Is he running with the steel block?
Did he get some of that special paint?
Oh. Corey knows about that, doesn't he?
Yeah. A guy tried to slip that one past me.
Magnetic paint?
Yeah.
Okay. Fremont Speedway. Corey's deal, the Showdown Series. We kind of got paused back on Friday, October 6th, and then...
Fortunately.
Thought we were going to go the next Saturday after that, got rained out, and then things were up in the air quite a bit, and then the promoter changed on you.
Yeah.
That had to be a shocker.
That didn't cause any concern whatsoever.
No, not at all.
No, none.
So how much conversation did you have once that was announced that Rich Farmer took over?
Effective immediately.
Yeah. I mean, were you just dealing with him, or were you dealing with the Fair Board people?
So how it was written, it said effective immediately, but then it also said he didn't get the keys until the 28th. So I didn't know where to go. So originally I had reached out to the previous and Farmer, but I'd reached out to the previous as well, and like they just it seemed like they were washing their hands of it at that point in time. So, they didn't have anything negative to say or nothing. They just
they didn't say, "Don't worry about it, we've got your back."
No, no. They said I just had some questions about where the money was and stuff like that at that point in time. So we needed to find that.
That's definitely understandable.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, that was all secured. Fortunately, the Speedway's accountant is also Rich Farmer's accountant.
Oh,
so it kind of worked out. Not to say we didn't have any hiccups on Tuesday.
So Friday night is when this past Friday is when you announced that they were going to make it up on Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah, because we didn't want to have another rain date. We wanted to, if we were going to get it in, we wanted to make sure that we were getting it in. And the way the weather works around here, 4 days out is about all you're guaranteed, and barely that sometimes. So, and there was good weather on both sides of the day. So Monday and Wednesday both look good too. So, even if the weather moved a bit, we were still good on Tuesday.
So that's what you kind of helped make the call then for the quick turnaround. Were you worried that such short notice was going to be an issue?
Maybe for some of the drivers and stuff, but I think out of the vehicles that were locked in between both divisions, only 4 didn't show up. So I was actually surprised by that many. But whenever you put some good money on the line, I guess people are going to change their plans.
And the weather helped too.
The weather, yeah, absolutely.
It was very nice. So anyways, Tuesday night, and then there was some pretty good racing.
Yeah. Most all the night. There wasn't like super huge dirty driving, which I expected a lot of that, especially on that type of track. But because the track was racy, top to bottom, so
it changed quite a bit. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it looked like it slicked off pretty good on the high side over in 1 and 2.
It slicked off right all over.
Really?
I was only out for hot laps and then the last race. So, I can tell you that it went from super fast on the top to ice skating rink in the middle. But it was smooth, which was nice. Yeah. I like that.
I couldn't make it to the race, but I did manage to watch both features.
And both winners had to go to the back for different reasons.
And the racing looked great. It really did.
Yeah, I was mostly impressed with everybody that raced. Especially with the call out challenge. Like, from my point of view, I was like, it's okay race, but apparently the fans loved it, man.
Did they?
Yeah, I had a lot.
It was pretty cool. I was watching it from the pits at that point, but that was
a lot of positive comments on that. I'm happy. Not to say that Kyle Moore got eliminated. I was happy he didn't win at all running the first one. I wanted to see a few different winners along the way.
So you weren't rooting against Kyle Moore. You were just rooting against the first winner.
Somebody
not dominating
totally
through the whole thing.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Mostly that, but if he's up against a truck, man, I got to pull for a truck. You know what I'm saying?
I gotcha. So anyways, speaking of the winners, the showdown winner, Craig Dittman, spun out early, had to go to the back, and then worked his way up through late caution with 1 lap to go. Was able to get by Jamie Miller, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And
I didn't agree with the caution, but I'm not on the flag stand.
I was sitting in the stands when that happened, and I was because it was for I think it was Gamber who he slowed and was way off the track off of turn 2, so it was clear track to come back to the start finish line. But
correct. Rule of thumb at Fremont is if somebody gets pointed the wrong direction or upside down, a caution comes out immediately.
Upside down, I can understand.
Yeah. It was behind the race cars and between them and the checker flag. So I didn't necessarily agree with the
I think a lot of people in the stands shared your opinion there.
But at the same time, it provided a 1-lap shootout. And, unfortunately for the trucks and Baker and Jamie, they didn't come home with the checkers.
Jamie Miller's car owner explained to me, or truck owner, explained to me that he had a right rear going.
Yeah, I had heard that too.
And it got tighter and tighter. I guess when he went over the scales, it was just flat.
Well, yeah. I had that happen last year to me with 1 to go. Like, same thing, Babcock got by me put a nasty slider on me, and that was the same day RJ went off in the helicopter.
That's not a good night.
No, almost won it. Led 19.5. So.
And then late model action. Sorry, I'm just doing a little producer work here in the background. Late model action, Rusty Schlenk, he got a flat tire early, went back in the pits, wasn't sure what was going on there. He came back out, joined at the tail, and he methodically worked his way up through the field as well. And then Ryan Missler was kind of catching him toward the end.
Yeah, that was the one I was hoping for a caution with one to go, just to get Missler on his bumper and put on a little better show, But that came out really well, really good as well.
So Rusty Schlenk, I guess that was his third win there, so congratulations to him. Speaking of Craig Dittman, he also won the points championship and got the Art Ball Cup.
Yep.
So
that was pretty cool. We ended up having the family of Art come down and present him the cup.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. So
I like the ceremony or whatever we're calling it, the final lap.
For the folks that haven't
right.
followed that, Art Ball passed away
late last week. I think it was Friday morning, Thursday night.
Week ago.
Yeah.
And they decided that his funeral was going to be Tuesday.
Today. His funeral service was today.
Okay. But the hearse made a lap at the beginning of the race.
Yep, all the drivers and crew was
were lined up
on the inside of the track, and all the fans were on the outside of the track. And Farmer had bought like 400 or something little checker flags, and the daughter and the grandson, one of the daughters and a grandson of Art's was up in the flag stand, and they got to get the vantage of Art coming down the front stretch one last time.
It was cool. I've seen lots of videos of it. It was very cool ceremony there for Art. Way too. I think he would have
say goodbye to a champion.
Yeah, I think he would have been happy with
30
that.
time. I think that's what it was. 30-time track champion. 30
times. Yes, 300 and I actually have that. I think it was 301 feature wins.
301 on the wins. Yep.
Yeah. So. Also, not only were the features, you had the Australian Pursuit races. Ryan Missler, BJ Gregory, each picking up a win in those for the late models. The Call-Out Challenge, that was won by Colin Schilt. And then somehow I won the buyback race. I was a little upset, though, at first, because I was like, man, I hope I back my way into the showdown. And then everybody showed up, and
we felt we were gonna, we were gonna alternate for the positions through the rear, but with it being a midweek show, we didn't think that it was fair, because not everybody can.
Fine.
You know what I'm saying? I know, but this was more like I was reminded of that not everybody has a flexible schedule. So
Scott.
Well, and then right after he tells me that news, I drew the second highest number, so I'm starting at the back.
So if you had your choice of winning the feature, or being in the mid pack,
it worked out okay.
Being mid pack,
it worked out okay.
Feature,
I was happy.
Or
it worked out okay.
Winning the buyback.
And some people were asking how I won, because I actually finished second to was it Andy Keegan?
Yes.
I think it was. But he had jumped that last restart.
Pretty.
I saw that on the 360 video. I turned it around, looked behind, was like, oh, look at him going by.
Yeah, and I've caught a lot of flack for DQ and Andy. Andy is a.
Well, you didn't DQ him.
I'm sorry.
You just got
moving
penalized.
back 2 spots. You know, we were in the tower really hoping for a later race caution, and then I could remind him.
Gotcha.
That, hey man, we are definitely watching you, but I don't like to talk to drivers while they're racing. I think that is a distraction. Like I've had this happen at other racetracks.
But it would have also been nice to know that I didn't need to be racing as hard as I was at the time. So it's kind of either way.
No, you still always race as hard as.
Well, yeah, I got you.
But
either way, it worked out good. I thought I finished second until you came on the radio. Hammer, stay out of there on the track.
Yep.
Like,
I didn't want to DQ Andy. He's a friend of mine. So, but you got
to just moved him back.
Move him back too. Which it's still a paid position. I think. What'd you get? 350.
300.
300.
So
okay.
probably more than starting the
200 to start
the showdown. So I was okay.
Yep.
And you could have been in the big one.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink, sprint car action, Devil's Bowl Speedway. Friday night, Carson Macedo picking up the win there. Saturday was David Gravel. NASCAR action this past weekend, the Truck Series at Homestead, actually all 3 series at Homestead. Carson Hocevar picking up the win there. The Championship 4 in the Truck Series now are Hocevar, Corey Heim, Grant Enfinger, and Ben Rhodes. Xfinity action, Sam Mayer picking up the win Saturday, and then Sunday, Christopher Bell in the Cup Series action. And then finally Formula One this weekend. There was a lot of stuff on TV on Sunday. They were at Circuit of the Americas, and Max Verstappen picked up his 50th win in F1 competition. And
somebody's in the green room.
We have Jade with us now. Bring her on. Jade, how's it going?
I'm sorry, guys. No excuses. That was my bad, but I'm good. How about you guys?
Good. Jade Avedisian, congratulations on winning the Xtreme Midget Series Championship.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I was telling somebody else this today. They're like, has it finally set in? I'm like, yeah, it's getting better and better, but I'm just so glad to, finally get a championship. I know this was our first year trying, but when I found out that I was going to switch to Keith and Keith Games Motorsports, I knew I was going to be, have a really good shot as long as I, put nights together all year long. And when I found out, like I said, we sat down, and that was our main goal, that we were able to check off the list. So it just feels, kind of still like a dream come true. And obviously I have really good people around me to make it happen as well.
No, I'm guessing that you're used to the press reaching out to you, but probably been a little overwhelming the past few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I've ever done so many interviews, but it's awesome, honestly. The amount of texts and calls and messages and Zoom calls I've done is just unreal. And I'm just so grateful to be the spot I'm in. It's just, like I said, it's unreal. And I think I got back to the trailer on Saturday, and I had like 205 messages or something. So it was just so cool. And like I said, I've never had so many people reach out. So it was definitely a moment I probably will never forget.
Now that you've done it, where do you head from here?
Good question right now. I'm not exactly too sure. It was only a few weeks ago, so I know the people at Toyota and everyone else around me are working hard to hopefully put me in the right spot next year. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do next year. I kind of have an idea, but it's not finalized. So I know there was a lot of contract talk and other stuff like beyond the backside that I'm not really too sure if it's finalized or what the deal is. But like I said, I know everyone at Toyota is going to put me in the right spot. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to, whatever I race next year. And I know whatever I race, whether it's a midget or something new, I know I have to just do the best I can and, just do the best I can all year, really.
And you had to work for that championship this year. You had to come back from a few points back. Did you not?
Yeah, so we started off the season really good at DeCoin, the opener. The first night we got fourth, and the second night we won. So we kind of thought, like, dang, this is the first weekend out, and we're pretty good. And then it kind of caught up to us. We had like a month or two or a month and a half that were not so good. Mistakes on my part, and maybe not us clicking as good as we should have been. But you also have to kind of say, like, I was with a new team, and it's gonna take a minute to adjust. But like I said, there was also mistakes on my part. So I feel like I kind of look at the season cut in half. I feel like if you start the first half of the season and then come June, July, the second half, I feel like June, July came, and we started really, really clicking. The team started clicking with me, and obviously Jared was doing a fantastic job, and everyone else at Keith Games Motorsports. But I feel like everything was kind of clicking. Early on in the year, I just wanted it so bad, and I didn't know how to put myself in a good position later on the race to, hopefully make the pass or whatever the case was to lead. And I would put myself in a lot of bad situations early on in the race. And I think there was, 3 or 4 times that I wrecked trying to get the lead. So I feel like I said, mid-June, July, I feel like I kind of took a step back and realized, what I had to kind of do to start winning these races. And I know it seems kind of crazy, but someone told me this, and they're like, you need to kind of slow down to go faster. And I try to put a lot of thought into it, especially when, like I said, there was 3 or 4 times I wrecked trying to lead or trying to get the lead. So I feel like, I put a lot of thought into it and just kind of slow myself down and not push so hard every single lap. And 30 laps may or not be a lot of laps, but I knew it was going to be a lot of laps, and I knew I had to finish the race to, win the race. So So yeah, once I kind of realized I needed to be a little bit more patient, we were able to click off 3 or 4 wins in the next month. So that definitely helped us, bury ourselves out of the hole I put the team in, which was 180 points. So yeah, since then we've just been, just trying to be super consistent. And yeah, just championships are won with consistency.
It's a whole lot different racing for points as it is racing to win. How do you change that mentality? It sounds like you want to win every race, and boy, I'm telling you, points racing is
terrible.
Is nerve wracking.
It's terrible,
isn't it, Corey?
I hate points racing. I'll never do it again.
Yeah, it's definitely not the funnest. Let's put it that way. But yeah, especially the last weekend, I knew the gap we had going into Port City, which was 11, and I knew the gap that we had leaving Port City, which was still 11. So we didn't gain anything, and it kind of got me a little bit stressing because 11 points isn't much. That's a few spots in qualifying and maybe a heat race win. So I knew it wasn't going to be much, and the second night at 44, I think we left with 17. So I knew I had a little bit of barrier between that night to this last night. And before the feature on Saturday, we were 23 up. So I knew I just had to, finish top 6, I believe, on Saturday night's feature. So it was kind of just, yeah, you want to go out and win the race, but you also can't, take yourself out or put yourself
big picture.
Exactly. And the amount of times I heard big picture that weekend, it was like drilled into my brain. So I think you just got to, look at the big picture, like you said, and take what you can get and just try not to put yourself in a bad situation while you're points racing.
So what's it mean to you to be the first female National Midget Series champion? I mean, does it even mean anything to you, or is it more just you're a champion, you don't identify that, it doesn't matter that you're a female?
Yeah, I honestly don't put too much thought into it, honestly. The only time I kind of put thought into it is when little girls come up to me. I do think it's really cool when they come up to me and say, I inspire them to start racing. It's hard to put feelings into words, but I do think that's cool. But other than that, I just try to win races and lead laps and get a championship. So I don't put much thought into it, though.
And you had a pretty good time at the Chili Bowl Nationals earlier this year, making it to the A main, which that and something that happened last year kind of put you on my radar. It was at the Hangtown 100. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what happened there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah. Walk us through what happened there.
Yeah, so it was tough to say the least. Obviously, we had a good run going. We were passing for third, and I got on the outside of him, or I slid him, or we were next to each other going down the back straightaway. He almost took my nose out. I lifted, slid him, so I got on the outside of him, obviously, turned down the hill. And we were going, like, side by side down the straightaway, and he just, like, turned dead right. So that obviously ended up me flipping and then DNFing, and then the fist bump. Still people bring that up to me. But yeah, in that situation, I knew I've never been in that situation, but I knew I just, how to keep my cool and not lose it. And, put my name and put my partners in a bad situation. So, I was obviously mad enough to walk over there and give him a fist bump. I did say something, but I honestly can't remember what I said. But yeah, I was pretty frustrated, to say the least.
So were you as you're walking, I mean, first it was great that you're okay because that was a pretty wild ride. And then you're walking kind of slowly over. I think the announcers, everybody thought you were going to lean in and give the guy a punch or something. You go up and fist bump and everybody's like, what was that? I mean, were you thinking, did you know that that's what you were going to do on the walk over, or did that just happen when you got there?
It literally just happened. I got out of the car and I don't know. It was kind of crazy. I just literally started walking. It was like my legs just took over. But like I said, I knew when I was walking, I just had to keep my cool and, like I said, not put myself in a bad situation and not put my partners in a bad situation. So I just went over there and I walked over there, and then I got to his car and I was like, all right, what am I going to do? So I did that and then I walked away. But yeah, when I was walking, I had no clue what I was going to do. I was joking around a few days after with my dad, and he was like, well, why didn't you pull those spark plug things or wires or something? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't even know how to do that. But yeah, I honestly didn't really know what I was going to do till it was like in the moment.
Now, you were on Kenny Wallace's show last night, and I was watching part of that. He compared you to Jeff Gordon, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it's really cool. I was able to meet Kenny, I think 2 years ago at a midget race, and he's always been so good, and obviously says a lot of good things about me. So, I appreciate him, and, obviously him having me on my show last night was pretty cool. But yeah, I do think it's really cool to, for him to put my name with those kind of people. Obviously they're some of the best racers, or if not are the best racers. So yeah, it is definitely really cool, but I know I have many years to come to get to that point. So I just need to put my head down and just do the best I possibly can.
Pretty cool comparison, because all three of those guys started out on dirt.
Yeah,
it is really cool. And like the Bells and the Larsons, they were with Keith. So I do think that's really cool. And when I found out I was going to go with Keith earlier in the year, I was like, it was kind of a dream come true. And then obviously to have Mobil 1 on board, I was like, dang, this is like really, really cool.
So your ultimate goal, from what I've been seeing, is that you want to get to NASCAR Cup Series competition. Any kind of roadmap laid out for you? I mean, do you see, is that a 5? I mean, you just turned 17. Is that something that's maybe 5 years down the road, 2 years? Where, ideally, when would you like to be in Cup Series action? Tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm not sure, to be honest. Like I said earlier, I know everyone at Toyota is going to put me in the right spots, but I know myself, I have a lot to develop and a lot to learn in the next few years. Obviously the racing over there and just everything over there in general is a lot different, switching from dirt to asphalt. But like I said, I just need to, whatever they put me in next year, I just need to do the best I possibly can and learn as much as I can. And, I feel like I'm going to be hopefully in a lot of race cars next year to just try and develop me as fast as I can. So if I do get a shot, I have a lot of seat time in a lot of different cars, so I can just do the best I possibly can.
Jade, do you think you'll hit any ARCA shows this coming summer?
Good question. I sure hope so. As what I know right now, nothing's on my schedule for 2024 with ARCA. But yeah, I would definitely love to do one.
Nice. So, do you plan to maybe run a full-size sprint car? I don't know, maybe some dirt late models, or, kind of run some different cars on your way up to the Cup level? Would that be your ideal path?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think in general, whatever opportunity I get, I'm probably gonna take. I don't think it hurts to get in, kind of anything you can. It's just more laps, and obviously you can kind of test yourself to see how fast you can adapt to something. And I think that's just another thing that I'm, going to have to kind of get in the process of developing, just because I've been in a midget for 2 years. So it's going to be hard to hopefully it's not going to be hard, but it's going to be hard to, break those habits, because obviously the stuff's so different. It's the harder you could drive a midget, the faster you're going to be. And I feel like when you go over to asphalt, it's the complete opposite. So, but yeah, like I said, I think it's just whatever I get an opportunity, I'm probably going to take.
Awesome. So you still have some more racing yet to go this year. I saw on your schedule you got a few more USAC events coming up. And then are you going to take a break? Are you going to be at the Chili Bowl this year?
Yes. So I'll be at Chili Bowl again, and then obviously the month of November on the West Coast to finish off USAC. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to the West Coast. That's where I'm originally from. So to see all my family and some of my friends on the West Coast is going to be fun, and all the tracks out there are really fun. So looking forward to getting back on the West Coast, and then obviously indoor season. I think that's like the funnest week ever. So I'm excited to get back to Chili Bowl. I think my prelim night's going to be pretty early in the night or earlier in the week. So yeah, I'm excited to get back indoor season, and it should be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, no, I just totally forgot what I was going to say there. do you want to mention, you mentioned Mobile, any other sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Mobile One for obviously, and Toyota Racing for obviously coming on board this year. It's been a dream come true year. So it's been a lot of fun, having them as my partners this year. And, I just switched to Sparco. So we got some new Sparco suits on the West Coast next month. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And a ride helmets and just kind of everyone else that has been supporting me. It's definitely not possible without them.
Gotcha. That's what I was going to say. I think you're in North Carolina now, right? You said you're from
Yes.
California, but you moved to North Carolina, or are you just temporarily staying down there?
No, I moved to North Carolina now, Mooresville. Like you said,
Where's your accent?
I'm working on it.
I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I was from Clovis, California, and I moved out February 1st.
Gotcha. So are you're a resident now of North Carolina?
Yes.
Awesome. That's where you need to be, I guess, if you're a
It
racer.
is.
Jade,
There's a lot of opportunities out here.
people we interview usually go on to win their next race. When's your next race?
November 15th, I believe, in Bakersfield. The first night of West Coast Swing. So hopefully you guys bring me some good luck.
November
Oh,
15th. There
we
we'll be
do.
watching.
Okay.
We appreciate the time. Again, congratulations on the Xtreme Midget Championship, and we wish you luck in the future. We'll be watching you on the West Coast and at the Chili Bowl.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me on. Sorry I was late again, too.
Thanks, Jade.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. There you go. That's Jade Avedisian.
Corey was at a loss for words. That's unusual.
I know.
You guys are doing a great
Well,
job.
I was
man.
trying to hurry, too, because we got Rich waiting for us as well.
Oh, okay.
So we'll move right into Rich Farmer, the new old Fremont.
He's back.
We'll bring him in. Rich Farmer, how's it going?
It's going well. How about you guys?
Good.
So a lot of news, a lot of things have been happening. It's like October's been the month of Fremont. Corey's big showdown thing kind of getting postponed, pushed back, and then all of a sudden, hey, Rich Farmer's the promoter again.
That sent some chills down Corey's spine.
I guess you were promoter for 10 years from 08 or something to like 18? Is that right?
Yeah. 2008 to 18. I bought it in summer of 07, but didn't run a race till 08. Yep.
Gotcha. And then you stepped away, and now what's brought you back?
Well, the situations happen, and you just I don't know exactly. I started off at the beginning of the year. I was a consultant, and I was just trying to help get things kind of straightened up. And the way the summer went, it kind of got a little out sideways, I guess, if you will. And so just ended up figuring the best way to move it forward would be to just jump in with both feet.
Okay, so why did you initially step away from it a few years ago?
Part of me was burned out. I was a little burned out. I had lost my brother. My brother passed away, and suddenly, and my brother was at the races with me every week, and it just wasn't the same, and I wanted to go and see if there was a life beyond racing that mattered to me much. And, the whole time all I did was race anyway. So I think we went like 2 fishing trips and some ridiculous vacation or something. Yeah. I mean, it's, to me, walk back in there. It's just like walking into the home again.
So did you kind of miss it?
I miss a lot of parts of it, and there's some parts of it that I absolutely do not miss, and there's parts of it that I'm absolutely gonna hate. And but those are hopefully that stuff will find its way through and get a little bit better. And we just everything changes, right? 5 years doesn't seem like a long time, but the way technology has changed, the way social media has changed, the way all this stuff is, it's a big difference from what it was. But I'm just glad to be back, and I think we'll have some great shows.
So the parts of racing that you really didn't like, are there any parts of that you think you can fix?
Unless you can fix spoiled rich kids with daddies think they got a ton of talent, no.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
I won't sugarcoat it. I mean, that's that
There's
was
Rich Farmer right there, everybody.
Yeah,
Just so
I
you
mean,
know.
I'm not
That's
the
classic.
sugar-coated guy. I'm not the filtered guy. I'm
Nope.
not that politically correct guy. I'm the guy
Nope.
that I'm going to hurt your feelings if you want the truth sometimes. I just got to the point where I was, I had these kids coming up and stuff, and they were, they would go run quarter midgets or run some little wing stuff that they could just spend their way to the top. And when you get to a big car, I don't care if it's a 305, 410, 360, you ain't doing that no more. That ends right there as soon as you get in a big car. So, I think now it seems like things are a little bit better there, and I think most people know my temperament well enough to know that, I don't tolerate a whole lot of that stuff. So I think we'll be fine.
Now, I saw you commenting on some of Corey's stuff with the Showdown series, saying, that's a promoter right there, what he's been doing. He's new at it. He doesn't have the same experience as you, but has he been doing things right with this Showdown series?
Yeah, I mean, from what I can see, he's engaging people, he's engaging businesses, he's engaging drivers, he's engaging fans, and ultimately that's promoting, right? That is promoting, is when you can get as many people to talk about what you're doing. That is the art of promotion.
And
So
invest in it.
on that side of it, I think he's done a great job. Him and I talked after the race. I mean, there's things that, it could get better, and there's things that could be worse. And I think all in all, considering the total circumstance, it was great.
Now, when he came to you after it was announced that you were taking over Fremont once again, about trying to get the second half of the Showdown series event with the Bill Hahn Memorial as well, was there any hesitation on your side about getting a show in this late in the year?
No, zero.
There's just a lot of unanswered questions. We had a lot of bridges to cross to make it happen
I mean,
first.
we didn't know, like, okay, we need to get an ambulance, right? Can we get an ambulance scheduled? Can we get insurance taken care of? Can we, all these little things, right, that you have to have a race. And, we got it all pretty well taken care of. Everything, up until the end of the night when we had to print checks and the computer didn't cooperate and had to handwrite every check and that kind of thing. So, I appreciate the patience of all the teams that come out and stood at the pay window for a length of time that I wouldn't find acceptable. But, they did it, and they didn't get rowdy. They accepted it. And I think that was the worst thing we had go wrong all night. So I'll take it.
We thought you were just trying to sell more hot dogs.
Yeah, the hot dog window was
That's all there
closed.
was.
The hot dog window was closed, man. And, for me, we had the racetrack for 6 days. And if we come in there and prep the racetrack that rained 3 of the 6 days, got the place ready, had the facilities ready, had the people in place. And to me, to be able to do that in 6 days, I'm beyond proud of our staff and everybody involved.
Are you happy with the crowd that showed up for that?
Yeah, I mean, we had a rescheduled race that was, like half a show, and you can't complain about that. Rescheduled on a Tuesday night with half the show, and a lot of the competitors, you got to put this into perspective. We don't have a ton of local late models, right? I mean, Ryan Missler and a couple handfuls of guys that are local, and of the stock car guys, none of those guys are local to our area. So, how many of them could bring their families out on a Tuesday night? The aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers, and stuff could make that trip after working all day or going to school or whatever the case may be. I was very happy with it.
So speaking of late models, I don't know if you've even thought ahead to next year yet, but what are the chances of some late model shows next year?
Well, me thinking ahead to next year, I have a 24 race schedule sitting on my desk that I could print and ship tomorrow. So you
have been thinking about it,
dude. My world is a very busy place. So I have myself, and I have a team of people that work for me in different capacities that really help when I need to focus on one avenue and maybe not focus on selling car parts or focus on fixing cars or whatever the case may be. I got people I'm very blessed to have the team that I have that helps us get all this done. So I do have it. I do have a couple late model races tentative.
Nice.
I just need to see how it all works out. Oakshade is the home track of the late models, and Wayne County is the other one. So, we gotta be respectful of our neighbors and try to fit it in. So I got some stuff penciled in, and we'll just have to kind of see if we can make it fit.
I've got Sam Drigger's phone number if you want to talk to him about a Summer Nationals race.
Oh, I got Sam's number.
I got
me and Sam's gone way back.
I'll bet.
Any other big events or anything you can share about that schedule yet?
I think the flat track motorcycle deal is pretty cool. We got that coming on August the 11th. Some of our big sprint car stuff, with the high limits deal, buying out the All-Stars and the Outlaw mess and all this stuff that's going on. We kind of got to lay back and see where all that takes us. And, we don't want to make our big event when someone else is trying to have a bigger event or whatever. So we just need to ride that ride here for a couple weeks yet. And, everybody will be schedule frenzy by the time of PRI show. So it'll be a month, right? Everybody's going to be glutton to go in a month here. So we'll just ride her out for a little bit. Our Jim Ford Classic will be our same weekend every year. That'll be our stable there. We got a potential 2-day deal in Memorial Weekend with, that's kind of a mixed up show that should bring out a lot of people. We'll see what happens with Speed Week, and, the mainstays are going to stay, and we'll just have to see where we all fit in the world.
I haven't looked at a calendar. The flat track motorcycle race, does that displace a regular weekly show?
What it actually does is that's the weekend in Knoxville Nationals.
Oh, okay.
And I've raced on that weekend enough to know that I would rather not really race cars that weekend.
Thank you.
Man. The teams, whether you want to go to Knoxville as a team or you want to go watch that show. I drove back and forth to there for 6 or 7 years and never watched the Saturday night, but I went for the rest of it and come home to race at Fremont. And I think 3 of those 7 years we rained out. So it was like, man, but if I'd have stayed there, it sure as hell it would have not rained and, so on. But yeah, so I just, not only that, I think we need flavor, right? We can't run the same basic show week in, week out and keep people's interest especially when you get out to August.
Well, I've got some family that are motorcycle fans, and I'm sure that flat track race is going to pack the place. Yeah,
I think so. Fremont had one back in the 90s, I think 96, 97, somewhere in there. And so I think it was kind of weird. I was talking to Dwayne Hancock, and I said something. He's like, something about Knoxville. I said, I'm thinking about running like flat track motorcycles. He's like, oh, I know this guy's number. I'll give you this number. You call him. I think I had it done in like 30 minutes. I'm like, this is great. This is how life should go.
Yeah, Dwayne knows a lot of people.
Yes, he does. Any plans to run some shows during the week other than possibly the fair race?
I'm not a big midweek racer fan. I mean, we're in the city and people got to work and stuff like that. I'm depends on what happens with Speed Week. I would take something in the midweek. I wouldn't rule out like a Hell Tour deal. I'd have to see what that cost and what the likes of it are and stuff like that. Awesome. But outside of something special, I wouldn't run a midweek race just to do it.
So what about Showdown Series? Do you anticipate another event for next year?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I think we definitely need to look at the whole process a little bit because, like I told Corey, if we would have ran that entire show, I mean, we'd have been racing for 7 hours, right? Not including hot laps and stuff, right? We'd have been racing for 7 hours, and we can't race for 7 hours. We can't.
Well, it's a fall show, so
yeah,
the track will stay kind of okay.
Yeah, you can make the track stay kind of okay any time of year. Right? Yeah. Do is put effort in. I mean, that's easy. I've had 90-degree weathers with a foot-tall curb during Speed Week one year because everybody was saying, oh, it's the weather, it's the weather. It's not the weather, it's the effort.
So what are your thoughts on with Millstream possibly opening up as a Sunday night track? Any thoughts or conversations you've had with the new owners there?
Yeah, I went down there and met with them at the track a couple weeks ago. My wife and I, we love Millstream, just maybe not as much as Fremont, but Millstream's definitely a close place to us as well. And I put on more races at Millstream since 2008 than anyone else. So that place is cool. I think their vision is great. They got a lot of stuff that they plan to do, and we may be helping them out with some stuff or whatever. We've offered to give them whatever they could use as far as support. So I think another racetrack that can sell tickets and build fans and build car count and all that stuff is okay.
Awesome. Attica Fremont Championship Series, will that be returning?
Yeah, I talked to Dwayne. Everything seems to be on par. I've not heard anything any different. So I think we're in good shape there.
Awesome. What's can you leak the first date? On your schedule there. When are you planning?
I think right now, unless something changes, and I'll be able to confirm this tomorrow, but my tentative first date's going to be April 6th of the eclipse weekend.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you own a bunch of, or a few, I should say, race cars as well. Is that operation going to be continuing?
I think you should have stick with a bunch.
A bunch? Okay, a bunch. How many race cars do you have?
Sitting in my shop right now, there is 8 sprint cars raceable.
That's a bunch. Yeah, we'll go with a bunch.
That's a gaggle.
Yeah, and then we have a vintage car collection that's probably another 8 or so there. No late models or nothing anymore. We've gotten rid of all that stuff, but yeah, we have a ton of sprint car stuff.
So are those cars going to be in competition with drivers, or how involved are you going to be with that?
Yeah, now we're going to run a 410 program for sure. And we have a 305, couple 305s that we race sparingly. I might race some at Attica or something, see if I can try to have some fun again. Maybe we'll see. And then we're working
as in you driving.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind it a little bit. I've been trying to get myself in a better physical condition. I've lost over 50 pounds and sometimes you need that motivator, right? You need that something to give you something to chase. And then I've acquired some additional sprint cars because we plan to have a sprint car driving school that Mike and Steve Linder are going to kind of head up that hopefully we'll be able to have our first classes this spring.
There is some drivers out at Fremont that need to attend.
So what?
I'm sorry.
You derailed me with that one.
I apologize. Ish.
Corey, you sit in that sprint car, you throw that truck in the trash.
You're probably right.
That sprint car is the nicest driving race car you'll ever sit in.
And I've heard that from about
driving race car.
Every single person that has come out of a truck and gotten into a sprint.
When's the last time you've been in a race car, Rich?
2 summers ago.
Okay, so it hasn't been that long.
No, I raced the majority of one summer, and then I ended up rupturing a hernia, and I quit racing. And yeah, I mean, I broke my neck in a race car 20 years ago, so I got to be a little bit more careful. But technology is much better now. Hans devices, better seats, better everything, and my kids are grown. So if something happened, it happened right at that point. When I got hurt, my kids were little, but my kids are grown now. So if I got hurt now, they can take care of it.
Ben Clapp wants to know if there's any scholarships for your driving school.
No, we accept cash is our preferred method of payment.
There you go. Well, I don't know if you heard us when we were talking to Jade, but when you get back into the 305 or whatever and race at Attica, chances are you'll probably pick up the win since you were on the show.
I don't know about that. I've not won a sprint car race. I've never won a sprint car race. So,
but you've got better equipment now.
Yeah, I have very good equipment, but I also have 100 people that work for me, 100 plus people that work for me, and when that hole is just enough for a car, I don't tend to put it in there like I would have when I was 20, and I know that, so I'm okay with it as long as I can go have some fun and be competitive, and that's all I really care about.
Would you consider putting the 2023 dirt truck track champion in one of the cars?
Oh, I'd let him come out and try one. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You don't need. Does he need a scholarship?
No.
I have to get it from Ben.
There you go.
Ben's gonna fund it.
Right.
Back to the track. Any changes you foresee in the facilities at all, or the track surface?
Yeah, we're going to resurface it here in about another week and a half or so. We got all that stuff lined up, got trucking lined up, got dirt lined up, all that to give it a full resurfacing. A lot of cosmetic stuff, just needs painted, just needs she just needs some upkeep. So we'll get on that in the spring. We'll get our dirt taken care of in the fall here. We'll get all the other stuff done in the spring. And other than that, it's just, the place is cool because it's old, right? So we just want to keep it old and keep it cool, but make it nice enough where everybody comes and they don't feel like she's falling apart.
So you still anticipate the weekly show of 410s, 305s, dirt trucks?
100%.
There you go. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing things and how everything works out and coming back for the Showdown series at least. I really enjoy racing out there.
Yeah, it should be good.
And for the racers, there's kind of a big deal coming up Saturday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a big deal, right? I've heard for years now that nobody listens to them, right? Nobody listens. And this is one of those opportunities where I'm going to let them tell me what they think they need. Not necessarily going to give them everything.
Good.
May not give them anything. I was asked about something the other day, and I said, I don't feel that that's necessary, and I'm not going to do it. But I do want them to know that this is an open door policy, right? Here's my email address. Here's my phone number. You got an issue, you reach out. Let's communicate. Let's figure it out. Let's try to solve each other's problems, and see if we can. At the end of the day, everybody needs more, and I need more too, right? So if everybody wants to race for bigger purses and this, that, and the other, well, I need you to help me sell some tickets too, right? So as long as we can all work together and have that type of relationship, we'll be in good shape.
Now, it's a 5-year lease you signed with that?
Yeah, 7-ish.
7. Okay, I wasn't sure what it was. Is there a chance?
It's a 5-year with it's a 5-year deal that I can automatically renew for an additional 2 if I just send an email.
Gotcha. All right, so you'll be there for at least 5 years running the place.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, nice to have you back, Rich, and we appreciate the time for coming on the show tonight.
All right, I appreciate it as well. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
see you Saturday.
Thanks for everything, Rich.
All right,
really
we'll
appreciate it, man.
Yep. All right, man. We'll see you, Corey.
See you.
Thanks.
Here you go. Rich Farmer, the new old promoter at Fremont Speedway. What's old is new again. You're happy to have Rich back running the show?
I'm not unhappy about it at all.
Okay.
I had a good relationship with the previous regime. Me and Rich didn't really see eye to eye on a few things in previous, on everything, but I understood his point of view. So I have no issues with Rich whatsoever. He gives us more of a cowboy up track than this something that's taking rear tires off every week. So we just got to make sure we're on our game every week, man, because you're gonna be standing on it, especially with the new clay and everything else. It's gonna be fast. So
I like that he doesn't sugarcoat things. He just speaks his mind.
Not one bit.
That's important.
Yeah.
I got some racing news to get to here in just a minute. First, got to make sure talk about Dominator Race Products. Do you have Dominator Race Products on your truck?
Yeah, wheel covers, skirts, and the spoiler kit.
So there you go. So the dirt trucks, we got to talk to them about making a dirt truck nose.
Absolutely.
They said there's not a big enough market yet.
Is that what
Yeah.
That's what.
Yep.
Bentley
Yep.
said.
I was in there picking up because the hard chargers, I believe, for each the truck hard charger, car hard charger, and late model hard charger all got like a $150 voucher. So I stopped in there and talked with them for a while.
Dominator Race Products has what you need to be in the winner's circle. Dominator has 30 years of experience to put you out front. They got the hoods, the fillers, doors, quarters. Order direct at DominatorRaceProducts.com or call Bentley and his team at 419-923-6970. I don't know if Bentley's there anymore. I always see him on Facebook. He's traveling around the UP of Michigan.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, or following the Hell Tour. Dominator Race Cars, or Dominator Race Products are also available from your local reputable race shops such as Ryan Miller Race Cars.
Yeah.
Also got to mention Kester's Haunted Woods. This is the final weekend. You can get out there Friday and Saturday nights for an experience that will haunt your dreams. Have you been out there?
No.
Yep.
No, but Jamie Miller puts on one, too. I think we're going to go there this Saturday.
Kester's Haunted Woods is located at 2513 US 20A, also known as State Route 2 in Swanton, just on the east side of Swanton there. Ticket sales start at 7 o'clock. The last ticket sold is at 11 each night, and they do take cash or credit cards. Admission includes a hayride, corn maze, and the Haunted Woods. They also have food trucks there as well. More information can be found at Kester's 'Tis the Season on Facebook. And we'll mention the other stuff a little bit later. How about we do some racing news here?
Yeah.
Sound good? Because there was a lot of that, too.
It's time.
Yeah.
Latest racing news.
The 2023 inaugural season for the International Super Modified Association, otherwise known as ISMA, and the Midwest Super Modified Series, MSS, merger was successful as the car count increased to an average of 22 super modifieds competing. In 2024, the MSS will begin their 7th season, and the ISMA will be celebrating 50 years. Both series will be moving forward under the ISMA banner as of the 29th. What is today? It's 26. So what is that? It's like Sunday? So as of Sunday, they will be united under the ISMA banner there.
Probably the coolest race car. Like
those things are
very
fast.
Awesome.
They're like slot cars.
Yeah, very cool.
It was announced Monday that Kyle Larson, I mean, this is old news now, I guess, since it was Monday.
Lit the internet up.
Kyle Larson, and I guess it wasn't really, I mean, I've heard rumors of it for weeks, that Kyle Larson, Brad Sweet's High Limit Sprint Car Series has acquired the All-Star Circuited Champions that Tony Stewart has owned since 2015. Like Stewart, their goal is to elevate sprint car racing and turn their passion for the sport into a positive for fans, drivers, teams, and racetracks. Information regarding the 2024 schedule and team roster is forthcoming. Corey, what do you think of this merger? Is the High Limit Series and All-Star still going to be two separate things?
I want to know if the All-Star races are going to be televised now.
Well, they've been televised. They've been associated with Flow.
Not all of them.
The All-Stars.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's why they're the Flow Racing All-Star Circuit, or they were, but then now it's Tezos, but they have had that association. And I guess my question is there still going to be a High Limit and All-Stars, or are they going to be combined, or what do you think?
According to my smartest buddies,
I figure you might have some insight.
Yeah,
maybe.
there's definitely been a lot of conversations in quite a few different little chat groups that I'm in and stuff, and they think that some of them think that the speed weeks are done for. There's not going to be local all-star shows anymore. They're only going to run for $20,000 a week, and who's to say? I don't think that they're going to take the all-stars away and then hurt local racing. That doesn't make any sense, right?
No, everything they have done is to advance sprint car racing.
Right.
So they're not going to do.
But the High Limit shows, those are higher paying shows.
Yeah, but they're not going to do away with the weekly stuff.
They're like $23,000 or something, but
$20,023.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, like it wouldn't make any sense, to take your $5,000 and sometimes $10,000 to win shows and be like, no, we're not doing those anymore.
I just wonder if they'll change the name, or the High Limit Series will become the All-Star Midweek Show, or whatever.
The All-Star's been around for a really, really long time, and everybody remembers that. And a lot of people forget, like, they almost disbanded before Tony bought them. Whenever I forget who it was, one of the local, Cole Duncan maybe, or somebody. His dad started that Renegade Series, and they come out with a schedule.
Right. I forgot about that.
And they had the competing Speed Week schedule, like 2 Speed Weeks at the same time. And Tony come in and was like,
Tony was not happy with that.
Calm down, boys. I'm just gonna buy both of you. Like, and the previous All-Star promoter, from what I understood, wasn't as always good with paying money and stuff like that. There was a lot of back, so that was the cause for the split with a lot of that. And
I do remember that now.
It was like a cart IRL thing.
Yeah.
Kind of how
that worked out not well.
It never does. You can't split. You can't do that. So hopefully, they
divide and conquer.
I fully believe that they're going to go run against the Outlaws. I think that they're going to probably try to go take that market away. I mean, because let's look with the All-Stars. What do we have, like, by the time it was all said and done, like 7 or 8 full-time drivers? Like, I think there was 12 originally, and then they just kept falling off after a period of time. So,
It just seems that most of those drivers just go after the high-paying races, no matter if it's World of Outlaws,
right?
All Stars,
like Justin Peck,
High Limit,
he run a true, what they call an outlaw schedule. He's just out there running around for money. So, if you can put up a, once, twice a week show for $10,000 or more, I don't see why not. But to say that it's going to destroy the local racing and we don't have speed weeks, that's just silly. I don't foresee that happening.
We'll see what happens. Jesse Love will move up to the NASCAR Xfinity Series in 2024. Jesse Love, champion of ARCA this year, finished second at Toledo in the ARCA finale a few weeks back. I guess it was like 3 weeks ago. Anyway, he's going to be driving for Richard Childress Racing and piloting the number 2 Chevrolet on a full-time basis. Beginning with the season opener at Daytona International Speedway, February 17th, the 18-year-old wheelman dominated the ARCA Menards Series circuit this season with 10 wins in 20 races. That's 50%. That's a pretty good average.
They're doing all right.
See if he can do that in Xfinity.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It doesn't always translate, but good equipment, that definitely helps. On Saturday, the Cars Tour raced at Tri-County Speedway. I'm beginning to think that the asphalt racers are very angry people, especially after all this that had. Are you familiar with anything that happened
with asphalt
with the Cars Tour this weekend at Tri-County?
No.
I watched it. I was gonna put some of the video up, but there was a lot of it. And there was a lot that went on. The bullring track brought drama, and multiple penalties have followed. Cars Tour rivals Katie Hedinger, who's been on the show before, and Caden Kvapel are in a battle for the series championship, and they found themselves battling for the win at the front of the field with 18 laps to go. Kvapel. That's it too. Got loose off turn 2. He chased it up the track into Hedinger. Hedinger ended up spinning across the track, collecting multiple cars along the way. Laps later, on a restart, the two started next to each other. In the back of the pack, Hedinger turned left down the front stretch, hooking Kvapel in the right rear. Did I get it right that time?
Yeah.
And after the retaliation, Hedinger pulled into the pit lane. She was met by her father, who said, quote, "Get out of the car, Katie. You do not race that way. I did not raise you to drive like that." That's what her father yelled into the driver's window.
I'm sure that's exactly what he said.
At the end of the race, there was more drama. Gavin Boschel and Ashton Higgins crashed while racing for the win on the final lap. The contact led to a confrontation on the pit lane between multiple crew members. Cars Tour officials handed down a 1-race suspension, I believe that was to Katie, and fines to 3 drivers, including Katie Hedinger, and 5 crew members for the 2 incidents. And there was this mass of people in the pits just piling, a lot of angry people.
People rolling
it's
on
the end
the
of the
ground.
season, man. You've been doing it all summer long, and then you get a little side, something a little happens, and you get a little mad about it. Just,
Did you watch any of the Dirt Track World Championship?
I watched a lot of rain.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen bits and clips and stuff like that, but I didn't realize it was on Flow.
Jason,
I thought it was on Dirt Vision, so I didn't even try to tune in or nothing.
Jason Fager had an incident. He slammed the inside wall at Eldora there, and there was a kid
I see
right on the other side of the wall who got hit by the spoiler. Just in case you haven't seen it.
And he just got in there in on, is that Robbie Hensley? He did. Oh, and that is a hard hit on the inside.
See that young man there? He was okay, but apparently the spoiler went through and ripped his sweater.
Ooh.
And then he went over to Fager's hauler after the race, and Fager gifted his signed spoiler end plate to the young man the guy hit.
Yeah.
And a sweatshirt.
Kind of one of those deals where that's why people say stay back from the wall.
Darwin was working right there,
Yeah.
man. He was trying to give
And
out
if you are by the wall,
Yeah.
you probably should be paying attention.
Yeah, maybe not have your face up against the fence.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Yeah. And as we mentioned earlier, legendary racer Art Ball passed away late last week at the age of 85. 301 feature wins, 30 track championships.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Incredible.
I was there for one of his wins on one of his birthdays at
75th
Millstream.
win. Oh, at
It
Millstream?
was a birthday at Millstream.
Okay. He did one at Fremont, too, on his 75th birthday, his 75th win.
Maybe it was his 70. I don't remember what year it was, but yeah, it was
75th Fremont win, at least.
Okay. You raced against him.
Yeah, for a few years. I was a fan of his before that, and would go down after the races and bring a couple of beverages and put one in his hand and ask him to tell me a story about every night. By the time he was done with his beer, he was also done with his story, and say, "All right, Art, you have a good night." And I'd go back down and do Corey McCoy things over at my end of the town. So,
Very nice. We have some pizza giveaway here. How many?
Again?
Yeah, we're going to have to spin the Big D's pizza wheel because we had a bit of a tie. Before we get to that, though, I want to mention freeze frame photos. Give Charlie a call for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lane, custom magnets, can koozies, tumblers.
I'm sorry, I just seen something that Butch posted. The attempted assault. That is just
2024 calendars. You can order those now. Custom made calendars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was championship night stuff. Somebody got charged with attempted assault. We're trying to figure out what the hell that even means.
At Fremont?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what is attempted assault?
You attempt to assault.
I'm going to kick your ass. Is that attempted assault?
No, that's threatening assault.
Threatening.
That's a little different.
Okay. I don't know what attempted
that
assault
would be
is.
like you got like this far in the kick, and then you attempted.
That's a verbal assault.
Like a block punch or something like that. That's an attempted. I don't know. Man.
Anyway, back. Call Charlie now, 419-476-9978. Freeze frame photos, special moments frozen in time. Find him on Facebook at Freeze Frame Photos Online. And Ron Miller Race Cars, give him a call, 734-856-7223. You sold your engine. Car still for sale, though?
Yes. Car's still for sale.
Race cars, parts, safety equipment service, rear end, rebuilding, fixing.
Yep. We can do that.
All that stuff. Give Ron a call, 734-856-7223. And now let's give away some pizza, some Big D's pizza. We had a four-way tie, actually, from last week. Yeah. Wait, I think I have this.
How many?
Now we can officially. Hashtag DCR. If you haven't done that in the comments yet to win that window sticker, the Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker, we'll be giving that away here momentarily as well. If you already did, you're good. No worries. So last week's How Many was the number on the winning car of the Dirt Track World Championship feature.
It was not 49.
It was also not 20.
Yeah, but who was closest?
Well, the people that said 20 were, and that would have been me. So, and that was actually the same as online. 5 was the winner, Mr. Shepard there, and nobody guessed Brandon Shepard. Yeah.
Wow.
There were a lot of 20s. There was more 49s, though, than anything.
Oh, I'll bet.
So we have a four-way tie, I believe. So you have these 4 people have a 20% chance of winning Big D's pizza.
Scott, you're going math on us?
Yeah, I did that all in my head. So we have Rob Price, Matt Swander, David Keegan, and Gretchen Knapp as they're spinning around there. For a Big D's pizza, these guys all guessed 20 as the winner. And there were a few 20s, Owens and Ricky Thornton. And it looks like Gretchen Knapp is going to be the winner.
Well, congratulations, Gretchen.
Congratulations. You got yourself a Big D's pizza. You got 30 days to claim your pizza.
Oh, I got $200 for David Keegan. We decided to pay the people that didn't show up to the A-Main their start money because it was a midweek show and stuff. So Dave Gumby essentially finished 22nd. So without taking a lap. So Dave's going to get his start money.
Well, and the big one in turn 1 could have been.
Oh, that's right. I want to talk let's talk about that. But first, this week's How Many? Last local show really in this area, Waynesfield's going to be running, and they're going to have the Boss non-wing sprint cars there. How many?
Did they invite the trucks to this yet? like officially? Like
I
have
think
heard
they had
maybe,
the Dirt Track
kinda.
Truck Series is going to be
Yeah,
there.
but I meant like my trucks.
I don't think I haven't heard that.
We've reached out a couple times and they're just kind of hemming and hawing and maybe and not maybe.
I'd like to go race there. I think that'd be great.
I
But
thought that we were supposed to run stock cars there, and we're trying to get the trucks to try to get the.
But I think the stock car rules they were running were Eldora Lima Land, and they didn't really get enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of.
So I can't race there, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway. Anywho, this week's how many boss cars, boss non-wing sprint cars are going to be at Waynesfield on Saturday. Weather may be an issue. I don't know. Put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. You have until, we'll say, I think they moved up the start time, and I don't know if I updated my notes on that.
Thank you, Russ.
We'll say 2 o'clock on Saturday. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, you can find the Facebook Live or the YouTube. Put your guess in the comments. Just put in the number. I have to guess, don't I?
Yep.
Dean seems pretty good with this stuff, so I'm going to be more pessimistic and say 20. What you got, Ron?
I'm going up. 21.
Boss brings a bunch of cars, man. They're usually like Katie might not be far off at 42, honestly. So I'll go with 36.
Non-wing?
Traditional, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I wonder where that 36 came from.
We'll just do that one.
Never heard that number before.
Ever.
I've seen that on a truck once. It looked
couple times.
Pretty had cider on the side or something. Yeah.
The fine products.
We can't forget about the race car swap meet. Thank you, Arnold. Race car swap meet at Fremont this weekend, too.
Yep. And the drivers' meetings or the
410s at noon, 305s at 1.
Trucks at 2.
Trucks at 2.
Yep. At the Hall of Fame building.
Yep.
So there was a pretty big incident at Fremont in the showdown race. On a restart, the leader got sideways, may have had some help, may have not. I'm not entirely sure. And everybody just stacked up. It was...
there was... From everything that I've went back and looked, because obviously I should do these things, right? So... There was videos from
I watched Melissa Smith's video, and it looked to me like the leader just got loose getting in.
So, yeah, and then he slowed up, and then Sean got into the back of him from him slowing
So
down.
just a racing deal.
Yeah. There was 2 mistakes made by 2 very veteran drivers. So...
who were racing for...
Because a lot of money on the line.
over $2,000 to win.
They're racing. That was $2,200 plus. There was an MSP mount from for your GoPro. There was a whole lot of extra. Like I think Jamie and Craig ended up with like $3,500 at the end of that for a freaking stock car show, dude. Like that is, yeah, they did good. So, that was included with the Airball Cup and everything else, but. Yeah. Unfortunately, there was a bunch of people that were middle to back of the pack that never found their brake pedal. There was probably 3
I saw them just
or 4 that could have
kept
just
piling in.
Well, to be fair to that, there was a little. If you were in the middle to high side, getting into one was pretty slick. At least by the time I got out there later. So, I mean, once you got in there with any kind of speed, you weren't going to have...
Jamie Miller was pretty far back, and I watched him...
well, a lot of times, though, went to you know this...
Just went to the bottom.
You'll have guys in front of you that you don't see. They'll move out of the way, and you're like, oh, shit, all of a sudden they're there.
Yep, I mean, that happens. I get it. But from my vantage point, it looked like there was about three of them that could have saved themselves a lot of equipment and stuff. I seen Gabe Mueller's in-car... he didn't have a chance. That thing was just...
It was right in front of him.
He took a hard hit.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
He smacked and then got smacked. So, that's not what you want to see. I don't want to see tore up equipment. Especially, I don't want red flags. I'm very happy everybody was okay. But,
absolutely.
I don't like the tore up cars. It obviously changed the outcome of the race. I felt like there was the cream... The cream was going to go to the front. I think that it had just been a different flavor. Had the
Are you disappointed that a truck did not win either event?
I am very happy that it was a very good show. I am Not
For the record, you did not say no.
I really wish that last caution wouldn't have came out. I am happy for my buddies over there at Dittman Motorsports. Like, great job. That last lap, I know a lot of people have said that he ran Jamie dirty. I'll tell you that Jamie should have never left the door open. I don't know what.
Again, over 2,000 just the win.
Jamie had a right front tire going down. According to him, it caused a push. And where it went. He could not cover the bottom.
Yeah, and you got to against Craig Dittman in a Jamie Fowler prepped car. That thing is going to be glued wherever he points it. So, the door was open. I mean, what do you? Anybody that complains about how Craig did it has never been in that position to go from I think it was $700 or $750 for second to $2,200. I'm making that. I'm gonna do that to my grandmother.
She's going for a ride.
It's the last lap.
Yeah, it's the last lap. I'm very happy that it put on a show. It made some fans, some people not fans of Craig anymore, but that's okay.
But that's what brings people out.
It does. It does.
Root against
talking.
They talked. I talked about it to about 1 a.m. at the track. I didn't get home and into
Adult
bed.
beverages involved?
No, we don't.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
No, we would never do anything like that.
All right, let's talk about what we got coming up this weekend real quick.
This weekend's Big D's Pizza Racing Menu.
And then we'll give away that Hammer Down Racing
Hashtag
Report
DCR.
window sticker courtesy of DCR Graphics. Waynesville Raceway Park, the Goblin Classic, as we've been talking about, Boss Non-Wing Sprints, UMP Modifieds, Compacts, and Trucks. That would be the four-cylinder trucks, dirt track truck series.
I was hoping some of those guys would show up, man.
I was too.
I even put their own point series together and was going to pay first, second, and third just on the points alone.
It was nice to see Gabrielle Grigsby at least representing the factory stacks.
Some stuff happened. She pulled on the track, pulled off, went down 2 laps, tried to come back on the track. I'm I'm sorry.
She, from what she was pitted next to me, I guess a belt broke.
Yeah, she said it was old dry rider belt. They put her dad's Sportsman motor in the thing. I heard her fire it up, and I was like, well, that's not the factory stock motor. I wonder what that is. She was up at the pay window or turning in transponder. I said, was that your dad's motor? Yeah, that's my dad. I thought so.
But, it was cool anyway. But the Waynesfield deal, that gates open, last I saw was 2:30. Maybe a little earlier now. I just saw Dave said that racing starts at 7:45. 4:45. I have 4:30 in my notes.
Is this on Sunday?
Double check. This is Saturday.
Ooh.
Saturday evening, late afternoon. General admission $20 for that show. And then Montpelier, they have their annual Monster Mash 2-day show. I think they're running late models at least one of the nights. I don't have them on my.
And what night is that?
Friday and Saturday. Tomorrow and Saturday. So there you go. I reached out to Montpelier trying to get the rules because they don't have the website working anymore this year, and nobody responded.
No Facebook?
No. Well, that's where I reached out to
okay.
on Facebook. I wanted to see if I was legal there. I know some of the Oakshade guys have run down there, but I don't like to make a 3-hour trek unless I know for sure I can race there. So, other series action this weekend. NASCAR Xfinity Series will be running the Dead on Tools 250 at Martinsville. That'll be on Saturday, 3:30 in USA. Cup Series action, the Xfinity 500 at Martinsville. That'll be on Sunday at 2 p.m. on NBC. What's the weather looking like for this weekend, Mr. Miller?
Friday looks great, Scott.
Okay. How does Saturday look?
Friday night, we're looking close to 80 degrees and very, very minimal chance of rain. Saturday drops from 80 to a high in the mid-50s and a 25 or 30% chance of rain.
Ooh.
So if you want to go racing, you want to go watch, Friday night for sure. If you're a diehard fan, Saturday will work.
Yeah, we're racing over at the Tribute Speedway on Saturday. I bought a set of treaded tires and everything for this deal. So.
Oh, that's right. You got your thing going on.
No. That's
that's not your thing.
Nope. Tribute there in Fremont. We got one coming up. I think it's November 12th.
Is that
we're gonna do the fall chug?
Is that the costume thing where you?
Well, I did it that year.
Okay, you're not going to be Mario or Super. Wait, what was that?
I was
Mario Kart.
I was Wario. But yeah, it talked me and all my buddies that showing up like Mario Kart.
Did you have bananas?
I did. I took bananas and put them in my lapel or whatever you want to call it, like on his thing, and I'd almost forgot about them, and I had already peeled them and stuffed them in the trailer. And whenever we went out, I was like, oh shit, I was on the grid already, and I went up to the trailer like I forgot something. I stuffed a bunch of banana peels in there, and we were out there pacing around, and I bounced one right off of Davey's forehead, dude. Like, it was awesome. Like, there was like, I don't know, 15 of them that we had. They were all over the track. It was funny.
So when's that coming up?
That's the 12th.
12th.
Yeah.
And are you going to dress up again?
I don't know. We'll see.
Bananas make it more fun.
We usually do something fun, for it, just to make it.
And that's at Gumby's.
At Gumby's,
what's the name of the track?
The Ottawa Lake Bull Ring.
There you go.
Yep. We got a nice. The retention pond's holding water. We got a good trash pump. We got a system to water the track in about 15 minutes.
It's got lights.
Yeah, great lighting system. At least on the track, we got some lights here. We actually had concessions the last time.
You're becoming quite the promoter.
Thank you.
Speaking of which, Showdown Series for next year is. Have you thought about that at all yet? As far as like maybe trying.
I would like to expand
more tracks.
I'd like to expand, and I'm not adverse to going to Sandusky either. I think that would be pretty cool because I want to.
Chris Mize, I'm sure, might be open.
I want to race the wheelman cars so bad. I want to take.
That would be pretty cool.
I would actually.
We'd almost need like a neutral site though.
Yeah, like Sandusky.
Well, that's their home track.
I want to go beat them there.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would actually probably race that race, and just be like,
just because.
Just Chris, you know bad I wanted to go be down and race on Farmer's Track, dude. Like that thing was so hammered down, it looked like so much fun, and I'm up there like yelling at drivers over the radio instead of racing. Like it was not. Anyways, but yeah, I'd be really open to that, letting those guys just run the show. Like we'll bring the vehicles and make this part of the.
Well, they do a good job of running the show.
Yeah, they do.
So, yeah,
they do. So, and then I would afford me the opportunity to race at that point in time. So, make that. That's like thinking about it for 20 minutes one day.
Now, would this count if this did happen? Would this be part of the Art Ball Cup points and
absolutely.
everything?
That would be part of the point system. But I'm not. I'd like to go to maybe Waynesfield too. But I know they got the bar rule. Most of these trucks are a little smaller. They got 1.5-inch bar tubing and stuff like that. And
that's my problem there.
A lot of people like Finley, man. They like Millstream.
Added work.
And I did talk to Beth this week. We're gonna try and get them on probably right after the first of the year, once they kind of have a better idea of what they're going to be doing next summer.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sure maybe we'll mention that the Showdown series.
I'm sure we can hustle some money up, get a purse together. I'll work with them. Sometimes. Money will.
It might be easier to do that too, because then you don't have to worry about
series of Wednesday night shows.
I'm not
Wednesday night. Sunday nights you don't have to really compete with anybody. There's no real other Sunday night shows.
I don't.
Have they committed to Sundays?
Well, no. I'm just assuming, just out of history,
because Sundays are in today's economy.
It's tough.
If I owned a racetrack, it would not be a Sunday track. I'd rather run Wednesday.
Okay.
I'd rather. Seriously.
I mean, if you do a Sunday show, you got to start at like 2.
Almost.
To get everybody out by like 7 or 8, get them home.
Or you just run
9 or 10.
A couple classes or something.
But anymore, all the racers have a Friday or Saturday night home track. The fans by Sunday are spent out. 10, 15 years ago, Sunday wouldn't have been a big problem. But I'm thinking in today's economy, Sunday is going to be tough.
I sense a Twitter poll coming.
Really?
I have to put a Twitter poll up after the show.
Okay.
See what people think. Sundays
All
for
right.
racing, yes or no?
Yep.
Yeah, personally, if I was racing points, I wouldn't go race anywhere on a Wednesday before like a Friday or Saturday show. I wouldn't. I'd be a little more to run on a Sunday.
But you said you're not going to be running points. You don't like running points.
No, but if I was to run points.
But if you were running a midweek track regularly.
And that's where you're running for the points.
That would be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I'd run there. Like, I do see that point as well, but,
Let's say Millstream and Fremont both ran trucks for points.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Then what do you do, Corey?
I mean, I'm in love with Fremont. That's like... That is
I
home,
am too.
home. That place is...
I am too.
I used to race at Friday nights at Toledo Win, get hassled in tech, get hassled by other drivers, have to fight my way back to my trailer, and then go Saturday night and go watch at Fremont and just have the best racing night of the week after winning the night before. So, I've being a fan over there and moving into the positions that we've put ourselves in over there is I always love that place.
Let me ask you this: if Toledo was to change over to a dirt track, would that make things better?
Who's running the show?
How about we do the give away a
Hashtag DCR
window sticker here, the Hammer Down Racing Report sticker. And if you put in the hashtag DCR already, then you are in the drawing, and we have 23 entries. So here we go for the DCR Graphics window sticker.
That's pretty cool. Does that all like automatically?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Saves me a lot of time.
Something like that.
Yeah. Charles Desgrange, Jr.
Yeah.
Picking up, has he won before? I don't think he has. So congratulations, Charles. You will have to go to Ron Miller Race Cars to pick up your
I think he
sticker.
could pick it up at Whirlpool.
You think so?
I think I could make those arrangements.
Or make arrangements with Ron Miller Race Cars to pick up your Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. Congratulations. And again, those of you that didn't win, you can pick up those from DCR Graphics for just $5. And like I said, I'm going to be getting a batch of those special edition ones that you can't buy to give away here in the next...
Is that the one with the late model on it?
Yeah, and our names. All the Hammer Down Racing Report Army drivers are on the spoiler.
That's pretty cool. I like that one.
Have you gotten one of those?
Not of... I got a Hammer Down. I think I got that one.
I'm going to have to enter for the big one.
Yeah, I don't even have one.
Yeah.
So none of us do. We'll have to ask Dale to make us some. So yeah, that's I think that's about it for the show. It's only been an hour and a half.
Every time I'm on here, it goes long.
Well,
but
there was a lot of news.
We
had
predicted
a lot of guests.
this one was going to be long.
Yep.
There was a lot to cover today. Thanks to associate producer Dave Kemmer, contributors John Young, Matt Swander, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on X, otherwise known as Twitter, Hammer Report. Follow us on YouTube. We'll have that Twitter poll about Sundays in racing coming up. I'll put that up after the show here. Listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Thanks again to all of our Australian listeners down under for making us chart on Apple Podcasts. Canadians, a couple weeks ago we were charting, and the Americans too. We're charting in America.
Well, I love all of their beers. All their beers are good. Australian, Canadian, American, it's all good stuff.
Check us out at hammerdownracingreport.com. Make sure to rate and review us, share us with your friends. Thanks to our sponsors, DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, and Kester's 'Tis the Season. Last week they're going to be on because it's the last weekend for
the season.
Scary stuff. Yeah.
Thank you, Jade. Thank you, Rich. Great show, both of you.
And thanks to Corey for coming in and being our third host tonight.
Yeah, anytime, boys.
Because you haven't been on the show, and this is going to become the Corey show.
That's weird.
That's weird. Well, we'll have you back on when we do the Fremont Champions, because, of course, you are the 2023 Dirt Truck Track Champion there.
21 years in the making, man. That's wild.
21 years. So I got about 10 more years before I can be a track champion.
No, you're a champion in my heart.
Oh, thanks. I feel you right here.
Yeah, I got a little squint going.
If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the Hammer Down Racing Report, send us a message or call the Hammer Down hotline. Oh, there was no Hammer Down. I forgot to check it, really. I don't think there was anything that came through.
But there could have been.
There could have been. The Hammer Down hotline, 419-318-3081. I usually get a notification when there's something, and I didn't get any.
There was a few comments that went through there that...
Busy week. That what? That could be on the Hammer Down hotline?
No, I just remember a bunch of people talking about stuff. We didn't really talk with the people, addressing the people chatting besides the attempted assault deal.
Well, yeah. So leave us a message anytime during the week. Hammer Down hotline, 419-318-3081. Thanks again, as Ron mentioned, to Jade Avedisian, Rich Farmer, Corey McCoy, for joining us on the show tonight.
Hashtag put dirt on Toledo.
See if we can get that trending for you.
Make that happen.
They don't have to put dirt on. There's a beautiful dirt track hiding under 4 inches of asphalt.
That even better. Even better. Yeah, just
Got to remember, it
take
started
the-
as dirt.
Take the option to ever go back to asphalt away from it by grinding it.
So we'll be back next Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Make sure to tune in. I think we'll start our championship week. I'm not sure what track we're going to start with yet, but we'll start with some champions next
It'll
week,
be
I think.
soon.
Definitely. So let's get out of here. We're done.
Good night, all.
See ya.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.